let's review 6 steps that are going to help you develop a very successful presentation. Now, I'll be giving you each step with bullet points and details and examples so you could actually understand each one of them. Now, number one, it's important to qualify the customer so you could actually understand their situation. You need to either understand their previous situation if they had insurance and they currently don't have insurance, or you need to understand their current situation. At least that's going to indicate what type of mentality do they have, and also what are they looking for. It's important for you to know, why are they in front of you? Why are they shopping around? Are they looking for better service or a lower rate, or what are they looking for? Now, by having full knowledge of their insurance situation and anything that's relevant to insurance, you'll be able to use that information to set up a very aggressive presentation. Number two, after qualifying, you need to determine what tools, what topics, what information are you going to use within the presentation. Ultimately, the information and the tools that you're going to use are going to help you add value. They're going to help you make your presentation a lot better and stronger than just simply giving them options. Now, the information that you're going to use is going to help you tailor a presentation that's going to fit and convince your client. Let me give you 2 examples. Example number 1. If your customer does not have a California license and they only have a matricula, your presentation is going to consist of educating the client as far as the options that are available without a license. Adding value to the option technically means letting the customer know that the company that you're going to offer is flexible and will never request a California license. So that's what I mean by tailoring the information to fit the customer. I'll give you another example. If the customer is looking for comp and collision, it wouldn't make sense for you to offer just liability and uninsured motorist. You have to give them knowledge, educate them. You have to give them an option that's going to fit their request, that's going to fulfill what they're looking for. You have to make sure that all the information you offer makes sense to the customer. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to you, it has to make sense to the customer. Number 3, you need to set up the presentation in the numerical order. That means you're going to type your presentation in order on your FSC by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Everything has to be in order, in a numerical order, and you're going to follow those steps the way you have them. By typing the order of the steps, you're able to confirm that you're not missing any type of information. See, you could actually set up your presentation just, naturally and deliver that information. But if you type it, it allows you to review everything before you deliver the information. So it gives you the opportunity to confirm and to determine that you're not missing any type of information that would be vital to your presentation. Also, by typing the information and having that information in order, you're forcing yourself to follow that order. So that means you won't skip any steps whatsoever because you're going to follow the order that you're typing. Number 4, the execution. Now, once again, you need to make sure that the information that you're disclosing makes sense to the customer. If you confuse the customer, or simply if you don't understand the information, or you don't know how to get your point across, you're going to confuse the client. So instead of having a strong, aggressive presentation, you're setting up yourself to have a walk. So you need to make sure that you understand the information. So when you're delivering the information, your customer is going to understand as well. You also need to follow every single step without skipping anything. So if you type it, you need to follow it, you need to disclose it. Another valuable reason why you should type all your information, simply because if you type your information, you're going to read, confirm, evaluate all the information before disclosing it, which means you're going to be more confident simply because you know that the order that you typed makes sense. So part of the execution process is your confidence. The more confident you are, the easier it is to close a deal. You always have to be in control. If you're not in control and your customer is going to force you to lose focus, and eventually you're going to lose the deal. So you need to be in control. And one of the tools that's going to help you maintain that control is having a system, having steps that you're following. So just in case something goes wrong, you know exactly where you're at. You know the position of the sales conversation instead of being confused and losing the sale. Number 5, you need to add value to your presentation. When we're talking about adding value, you need to offer an abundance of information. See, information equals value. The more information you offer, the more knowledgeable your customer is going to be, and the more confident they're going to be in making a decision. You also need to offer solutions. So by qualifying the customer, you determine what type of situations they're trying to resolve. And when you're setting up your presentation and you're adding value to your presentation, you're going to make sure to offer solutions, which eventually are going to help you obtain a yes from the client. You need to give them a full explanation of coverages. That's one of the benefits. That's adding value to your presentation by educating the client, letting them know exactly in details the benefits of each category. All the coverages, every single coverage has certain benefits, and your customer should have at least the opportunity to make a decision based on what they're looking for. You need to use all the tools, you need to use all the topics from real life examples, justifying factors, loss ratio, urgency, anything that's going to help you add value, you need to use it. You also need to develop stories. You need to storytell. You need to create stories so that your presentation is more interesting. Don't just give them the options. Don't just give them information. Develop certain stories to help add value. I'll give you an example. If a customer is hesitating on making a decision, I may tell them that I had a client exactly like them with their same situation that were hesitating, that wanted to go home and think about the decision, and they ended up leaving. And you're going to tell them by the time they got home, they actually got involved in an accident. So on their way home, they were involved in an accident. Now they were responsible for all the fees, all the losses because they were at fault. Their license was going to get suspended. So tell them, look, they don't need to be in that situation. So storytelling technically means develop a story to add value. So use the real life examples, develop a story, and that's going to create more value. You're going to persuade your client simply because you're making it tangible. Step number 6, close the deal. You need to use every single tool that you learned, or you need to use every single tool that you're learning, every single tool that's within your grasp, you need to use it. And you need to make sure that you're confident enough not to give up. Don't throw the towel right away. There's over 100 closing tools that you're going to learn at one point, and you're going to need to use every single one of them. Make sure to follow every single step. This is a guarantee for your presentation to be more valuable, more aggressive, and definitely for you to be more successful within the whole execution of your presentation.